Hey guys, today we're out at New York taking a look at the all-new RAM REV. This is Ram's first battery electric half-ton truck, but it's pretty important for more than just that reason. This is also going to preview what we're going to see in the regular gasoline Ram 1500. Let's take a look at the front-end design first. As we saw in the pre-production prototypes, we're going to get a very expressive front-end, LED accent strips around the full LED headlights, illuminated Ram logo right there. Now this particular model is a pre-production prototype, so unfortunately I can't show you everything that we're going to see in the new Ram. For instance, under the hood, we're going to get a 15 cubic foot front trunk. That's about the size that we find in the F-150 Lightning, but definitely bigger than what we're going to see in the General Motors EV trucks. Now let's talk about the range topping numbers here. 350 miles of range will be standard in the Ram REV, and that's thanks to a big battery pack being standard, nearly 170 kilowatt hours. There's also going to be a nearly 230 kilowatt hour battery pack that's bigger than the one in the Hummer truck, and that's going to enable this to go 500 miles on a charge. It's also going to enable class-topping towing capacity of 14,000 pounds. Payload capacity, that's going to be just under 2,800 pounds depending on how it's been configured. Charging the battery pack is going to be pretty easy because this is going to support some of the fastest charge times available for a vehicle in North America. The 800 volt battery pack is standard, so all models, including the base battery pack, will be 800 volt native, and this will charge at about 350 kilowatts. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the concept Ram 1500 REV. You'll notice this looks very normative for the Ram 1500, and that's because we find the same cab and very similar front-end styling to the regular Ram 1500. Here's what Ram decided to do. They used the existing cab structure and the existing bed structure from the Ram 1500, gave us a new interior, new front quarter panels, bumpers, etc., and an entirely different frame in the vehicle to accommodate that big battery pack. This is sort of the same formula that we found in the F-150 Lightning for exactly the same reason. It actually ends up making the truck lighter. The base battery pack is going to be around 7,500 pounds apparently, which is right in line with the F-150 Lightning, even though this has a steel body and even though the battery pack is larger. This is significantly lighter than a Hummer truck, also significantly lighter than what we expect to see in the upcoming Silverado and Sierra trucks. That's how we get to the longer range, the higher payload, and the very high towing capacity. The 800 volt native system is also a bit different than we find in the Ultium trucks because it appears that the motors are also going to be 800 volts rather than a 400 volt, 800 volt architecture like we find in the Ultium family. In the Ultium family SUVs and trucks, the motors are 400 volt. The battery can be configured as an 800 volt pack only for charging. This is definitely going to be a different thing. Helping support the weight of the battery pack and improving the ride and handling ability, we're going to get a standard air suspension on all models. It's basically a variant of what we find in the regular Ram 1500, but the suspension design is definitely very different because of the added weight of that battery pack. Also kind of a cool touch, we're going to get the Ram Box cargo system that we find on a regular Ram 1500. It really gives us a lot of lockable storage. You'll find one of these on either side of the vehicle. And then if you choose this option, it makes the cargo bed very square. Now on that side of the cargo bed, we're going to find an integrated inverter. And really when you take a look at the spec sheet, in pretty much every aspect, Ram told GM and Ford, hold my beer, and they took everything to the next level. So we're going to get over 10 kilowatts of power offload capability with the integrated onboard inverters. This is also going to support vehicle to load, vehicle to vehicle, and vehicle to grid functionality from its 800 volt battery pack. On the inside, we see some pretty major changes, and we all know that these changes are going to come to the regular Ram 1500 in pretty short order. Ram has all but said that. On the inside, you can consider this a major refresh of the existing Ram 1500. The door styling is pretty similar, but you notice a big change over there, new seat controls, and that's because they've basically lifted the seat design from the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. We have multi-way power adjustable front seats, four-way adjustable headrests, butterfly headrests there, inflatable bolsters, massage available, lots of different ways of motion. We also have a dashboard LCD for the passenger, basically borrowed out of that Jeep model as well. Now this is a pre-production prototype, so just has some demo screens up, but that's just over 10 inches over there. And then the large LCD screen in the dashboard has grown, and it now goes all the way to down here. This is where we find the gain controls for the integrated trailer brake controller. We have the trailer knob right there for the trailer steering. Lots of USB inputs, also an HDMI input for that passenger screen, 2 wireless chargers. Very similar center console to what we've seen in the Ram 1500 from before, but now we have a new top-end tungsten trim. You can bet that's probably going to make its way to the regular Ram trucks also. Moving up to the dash, we have the power on-off button there, shifter there, and a large full LCD instrument cluster, which we haven't seen in the Ram 1500 before. The steering wheel, that's also been tweaked a little bit. So we have the drive mode buttons over here, adjustable regen buttons over there, stitched leather airbag cover. Everything looks really, really nice. We also have a new up-level Klipsch audio system that's going to be available only in this top-end trim. Here's some of those controls for the driver's seat. You can see the seat massage buttons, some adjustment buttons there, memory controls. Basically the same sort of door finishings we've seen before, but a new color palette for this model. And in the rear passenger area, we even have center channel speakers for the outboard rear seats. Lots of different speakers going on here. And again, lots of attention to detail on the stitching. You can see the up-level stitching and materials we find wrapped there around that seat back. And then we have the same rear seats that we find in the regular Ram 1500. I have to say that I do find that just a little bit disappointing. Maybe they could have given us rear seat massage or something like that to really match what's going on up front. But we are talking about just a half-ton truck here. As often happens, there are a bunch of details we don't know on the new RAM REV. We know it's going to go 0 to 60 in about 4.4 seconds, but they haven't said exactly which battery pack that will be on. It is going to feature a rear e-locker, which is a really cool touch, actual mechanical e-locker, and a front axle disconnect to help improve efficiency. Something that I really wish we saw on the Ram 1500, but in some ways a little bit more similar to what we find in the Rivian truck lineup. This is going to be a really interesting option when it goes on sale later in 2024. That's right, 2024, you're going to have to wait about a full year for this to actually be on sale. Actually, a little bit more than a year, about 18 months or so. It's going to go right on sale about the same time as the unibody trucks from General Motors. So if you're interested in a truck with an actual frame, you basically have two options in the half-ton segment. You have this, and you have the F-150 Lightning, and this really looks more interesting at the moment to me. We get that new interior, which you can bet is going to make its way into the gasoline Ram 1500 trucks over about the next year or so. I would suspect right around the same time that this is on sale, we're going to find a gasoline Ram 1500 with the tungsten trim and that new interior. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that as well. See all of you later.